Super Shenron, finally. So we're going to try full thing. Landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause. If I go too fast, we're going to start with his eyes. So head is real small because we want to get in like all the tail and stuff. So let's go. Curving up. Like so. And then same on the other side. Just there. So this is like his, what would you say, his eyebrow. Sort of a V with this, the middle sort of not connected. And then he has large red eyes in here, right? So they kind of curve around. A bit thin. They go down towards the center of his nose then, just in there. And then same on the other side pretty much. Bring this one up a bit. Right, so then his nostrils just down here, they're just dots sort of on top of his mouth. And then he has kind of lines around his cheeks, sort of coming around his eye here, back that way. So these eye lines kind of come up and join spikes on the top of his head, right? So they go up to there. They go quite tall. You're just kind of making that V a bit curvier and a bit longer. And then they come back down to the middle, either side. Right, and then there's a bit of a headline or something here. Kind of looks like a dolphin's tail. That sort of shape, actually. Right? And we might get, there's like a little sort of light line going down here, just a small little brow line or something. So then the top part of his skull, so we got like another spike sticking out here. Okay, and then another one, it's like his cheekbone or something there. And then this curves down around his top lip. So it comes in towards his eye and then goes down. And then around those nostrils. And then back up towards the spike on the other side. I think we got ears in here. Two little bumps. Like just holes sort of there. So his jaw, so it kind of comes out and in. Like that. And then we come down to his bottom lip, goes a bit longer. His mouth is open. So it's kind of open wide, kind of down here. There's like a little sort of ridge. And we got sharp teeth. So we just do like, they're small enough. We'll just do kind of a zigzag row of teeth. They're not overly big. And then some on the bottom as well. And then I think we just have a little bit of a tongue. There. Now, that's his head, pretty much. I think he's got like dots on him, actually. Like little clusters of texture. It's kind of all over his body as well. But now. So, what do we do first? Maybe those arms that they're like arms, but they kind of attach to his wing. So you got like a shoulder bump here. The kind of underneath part of it's here. And then tricep or bicep sort of. And then a big bumpy line out this way. So the underneath of this is kind of like an elbow, and then it goes that way. It's kind of like a bat. It's different on both sides, but I might make it the same, right? So what we'll do is we'll do this, right? And then curving up to this big claw that's here. And there's a gap here because it goes out to a wing. It kind of doesn't in the picture, but it does on one side. So I think the anatomy should be the same both sides. So big claw here. Now, so his other shoulder comes out from behind his neck, right? So he's got a big, long, curvy neck. Sort of coming out from behind his head there. And it all spirals around. And then we have a shoulder. And that claw, right? And then there is a gap again here, right? So we got like the elbow, it kind of joins his wing, right? So there's a bit of a gap that goes that way. So those wings, so they're kind of classic sort of bat wings. Goes out there. Okay. Kind of like Batman's crest kind of thing. And then this one, the other side kind of goes in behind his face a bit. So it comes that way. And we'll just bring this down to meet it. And then it has ridges and sort of texture lines, right? So it's got these like, I guess you'd call them bones. Just keeping everything together. This one kind of goes up that way a little bit. Might not be a bone in that side. And then there's some like lines that curve across. You can do as many of these as you want. You don't have to. It's just kind of texture. Okay, and there's kind of like dots textured like this sort of all over this part of his skin. Right. Now, the hard part. So these twisting, you know, Chinese dragon style sort of body of his. So we're going to start with some spikes here. Yeah. Hit pause if I go too fast as well, because I might, just because we got it. This is kind of complicated. So, right, and then these ones follow this twisting back of his, right? So there's like a line of them back here. And they're not all the same size. Small one, big one, small one. It's like alternating sizes, maybe. So now, so this seems to go down around up here, down again around. Okay, so we'll do maybe, looks like there's like 3 stages. So let's try and get the first stage. So it goes around here. Now it doesn't have to be like perfectly exactly the same as mine, because his, you know, his body shapes and twists and all that kind of stuff. So we'll go up to this section of the wing, and then it comes out, but it has 2 sides, right? So it has like a belly side as well. So we gotta double it up. Okay, so this goes back down around his body here. So this is like the first sort of ring. Okay, and there's all spikes and textures and stuff, but we'll get the general shape first. So this keeps going around his body, comes down under his chin, back around under here, and down to a spiky tail. So that was like stage 1. Stage 2 comes this way. Okay, so we'll go like an S, like a stretched out S. It's just a wavy line right here. So that's this coming in here. And it kind of gets gradually skinnier, you know, as we get down to the tail. So like this is a bit skinnier than this, just if you're wondering. So then we will go, there's all spikes and stuff, but we'll just get the main shape. What's that now? Oh, that's a spike, but we'll go there. And then the other side of this. Okay, so we go. So then around, so step 3, then down around to the spiky bottomed part of his tail, which kind of just fades off there, but I assume it's a spike. So, and this is like much skinnier now, so it starts to get way thinner. To a spiky sort of bottom part there. Okay, and I think that's his whole body. So the rest is spikes and textures. So say we'll keep going, say we did the first layer here, and then we'll go down his back, right? So you just start getting all these and of course we'll have to draw over, and you know, you'll erase if you're coloring, or color over, you know. So we may have to draw over some of these lines that we did. like say here, so that you can't see this part because that's his body underneath the spike. So you just erase that or color over it. Yeah, or when you're doing your black line, just don't do black line on that part if you're sketching first. And we just keep going. And spikes keep going. They go the whole length of his body, really. And it kind of twists around to the bottom from here, then it kind of comes across his body in this one. Okay. Oh, just a bit more. I thought it was done. So then texture on the belly. So it's just this kind of line that runs, follows the whole body part. So that bit goes around there. It comes back out. All these curvy belly lines. Right, and then some dots along the body. Okay. Super Shenron. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.